they have a gorilla over there. And then it was pointed out that they have these ship decorations, little, like the sailboats. We have blank walls, no decorations. And we also have no gorilla. Good morning, friends. It is Cozumel day, and I got up sort of early, about 9-ish, to get ready for an excursion that I was just told was canceled. So, I don't know. I'm just going to chill for a little bit, and maybe get off and walk around and explore the port, because last time we were in Cozumel, we had an excursion, so you know, we didn't do a whole lot of the like actual port stuff, but we'll see. I'm not in any hurry to get out there and what have you. So I don't know what you'll see next, but it'll be something, and we'll go from there. But anyway, that's the good morning greeting for you all. Lots of things being canceled and moved around and stuff this sailing, weather and operation stuff and, you know, whatever. So a little bit kind of a different experience, but I am having a good cruise. I'm having a good time, but you know, gotta roll with the punches sometimes. But at least I get to, you know, relax a little longer and not have to like rush to get anywhere. So yeah, we'll talk soon. So I went up to the pool deck to see like who was around us and what the port looked like, and I noticed that we were actually in the same port as I was the last time I was in Cozumel. We were also docked next to the Celebrity Constellation, which was our sister ship, so that was interesting. I swear that ship was following us around the whole week. Getting off the ship was really easy. There was practically no one trying to get off the ship at that time since we'd been in port for a couple of hours already. But anyway, I decided to go down to the gangway and get off of the ship so that I could explore the cruise port a little bit. Alright y'all, so I am off the ship and that's Cozumel behind me. It's a little bit windy, so hopefully this footage isn't too bad. We've got Celebrity Infinity, Celebrity Constellation right next to each other. Those two ships are sisters. We saw them yesterday in Costa Maya. I'm pretty sure this is the same port we came into last time, but let me flip the camera and I'll show you. The other port was actually quite far from where we were, and I had to zoom in pretty far to show the Royal Caribbean ships in the distance. And then I got a little bit of some footage of the front of the cruise port. This side of Cozumel actually has a purpose-built area specifically for the cruise traffic coming through, and I was familiar with it, so I made my way over there to look around. They have a couple places to eat and tons of places to shop, but I hung out in there for maybe like 45 minutes and then made my way back to the ship. Like most major ports in the Caribbean, if you're a shopper, that's definitely a good place for you to get off and look around, and it feels like a pretty nicely put together mall. The vendors are a little pushy, but they're really friendly, and of course it's easy to say no as you're walking through. There are thousands of other people coming through there to support their business. Alright y'all, so taking the stairs as usual. It's still pretty early. It's about 2. So I'm gonna grab some food and hang out on the pool deck for a little bit, I think. Whew. We'll talk soon. The one included place that I hadn't eaten on board yet was the Spa Cafe, so I made my way up there, but nothing really stood out to me. It's nice that they have that because that's like lighter, healthier choices, but ultimately I made my way over to the buffet, which was surprisingly my favorite place to eat on the entire ship. The food on the Celebrity Infinity was actually some of the best I've ever had on a cruise ship, so it makes me wonder what things are like on their bigger, newer ships. I decided to get a salad and take advantage of their nacho bar, and I took a seat by the window, and this gave me the opportunity to look at the Celebrity Constellation a little bit closer, which in a way was kind of like looking into a sort of weird mirror. And then from there I decided to make my way up to the mass bar to have a drink. I grabbed a Dos Equis and hung out with Ivan and the people up there for a little bit. And I found out that Ivan used to be an alchemy bartender, which if you didn't know is my favorite bar concept on Carnival. So I of course chatted with him about that for a while and just sort of hung out and just sort of took in the view and got some footage of our pool deck versus the Celebrity Constellation. And it almost felt like one giant pool deck since they were parked so close to us. So something interesting about the Celebrity Infinity parked next to the Celebrity Constellation is that the upper decks actually extend out kind of beyond the superstructure a little bit, or at least the middle bits of the ship. And so our pool deck and their pool deck are very close together right now. And I don't know, I find that kind of fascinating in a way. especially since they're sisters and literally are like identical in almost every single way. Although, something I was noticing, sorry, I'm setting my drink down. Okay. They have a gorilla over there, and then it was pointed out that they have these ship decorations, little, like the sailboats. We have blank walls, no decorations, and we also have no gorilla. So I don't know what that means, but it's a thing. Anyway, we'll talk soon. At this point, I decided to get some footage of Cozumel because we were getting ready to sail away, and I wanted to make sure that I got like a frontal view of the whole island. It did rain a little bit, but this was actually the nicest weather we'd had on the entire cruise so far. And at one point, I wanted a Bloody Mary, so I had Ivan make me one, and he actually put olives in it, which is something none of the other pool deck bartenders had done for me up to that point. But anyway, from there, I made my way to the theater because it was time for the production show. They actually featured the orchestra and musicians a lot in this show, and there was a lot of copyright content in it, so nothing that I recorded was really all that usable, but it was a pretty good show, and that led me right up into dinner. I hung out in Rendezvous for a while. That ended up being kind of like my main evening hangout spot. They actually had a late night comedy show that night, so Rendezvous seemed like a great place to wait for that. And I made friends with some of the bartenders while I was sitting there before making my way over to the theater. I couldn't record any of the comedy show, and it was adult only, but I did enjoy it. I haven't always loved all the comedians when I travel, but this one was pretty good. And then from there, I decided to go up to the buffet for a couple of slices of late night pizza and a nightcap beer before making my way to my room to head to bed for the night. Alright, y'all, that's a wrap. I am in bed. Gonna wind down. It's after midnight, almost right at about 12:30. Oh, look at my hair. Anyway, and yeah, another good day. Cozumel, mostly hung out on board. You know, got to know more of the crew members, got to know my table mates more. You know, went to the comedy thing, which I couldn't record any of that, but he was funny. We enjoyed it. Definitely had plenty of drinks today, as you can tell by the way I am talking to you right now. But I want to thank you all so much for traveling with me. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and y'all have a good night.